the gym, and you got a good point right there. And it's anything's possible. Anything's possible. So,
oh yeah.
But I think,
like I said, it should be.
Oh, go ahead.
It should definitely be a good game. I'm about to say it definitely should be a good game. You know, I mean, it's that whole, you know, what do you prefer? Do you prefer size or skill? You know, because Curry definitely has the skilled players, and you know, LeBron has more size. So, you know, if it runs into a track meet, like this is a game that the West can win. But if it goes into like a slow pace power game, yeah, the West ain't got no chance. They're going to die. It's going to be bad. I mean, it's going to be really bad. But like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's interesting to see who they're going to replace DeMarcus Cousins with, because you know you hear about all the snubs for the All-Star game, and I'm not sure if they replace him with another center, power forward position, like a front court or a back court. So. Got to be interesting to see too.
Yeah, I think that's the big story. Who do you place Boogie with? And I think that's going to be huge. So, man, you're like right on point. I know I gave you the list earlier, but you were like dead on. All-star snubs. CP3.
Let's roll into it.
CP3, PG-13, Blake Griffin. Okay, CP3. I don't know if it's necessarily a snub. The guy's been injured. He's not the same anymore. That's like the same thing with Melo. Melo's on a team where his role is completely different. CP3 hasn't been healthy all year. Paul George is totally, he's not totally different, but he's still trying to figure out his role. In the first half of the season, he wasn't an all-star. So to me, that's no snub. Blake Griffin, I'm kind of on the fence. I think Blake Griffin is so up and down and erratic. You can't put him on an all-star team. So that's my thoughts on those three. But what's your thoughts on the all-star snubs from this year?
For me, I think Paul George might have the strongest case for being a snub. I didn't feel like Chris Paul was a snub, and primarily for your same reasons as well. Just he hasn't played that much this season. I think he's played like 20 games out of 50. You know, so no, I don't feel like he should have made All-Star team. He hasn't played enough games. And Dame, I think Dame earned that spot, because I think that if that was the argument, Dame would be the spot that he would be taking. I think Damian Lillard earned that spot this season. As far as Paul George, I do think that Paul George kind of got snubbed for the simple fact that you look at his defensive rating, look at his numbers. His numbers are down, but his defensive rating is up. OKC is a top 5 defensive team. One of those reasons is because of him. He has been a great defender this season, and so maybe he has the strongest argument. I kept on hearing people talking about Lou Williams getting snubbed. Dude, Lou Williams didn't get snubbed. Let's be clear. Lou Williams did not get snubbed. Lou Williams is doing what Jamal Crawford does every season. And
Exactly.
Nobody ever misses Jamal Crawford. Nobody. Right? No. Eric Gordon does this every season too. Nobody misses Eric Gordon for the All-Star game. Dude, this is not the All-Star game for the reserves, bro. Sorry. No. He did not get snubbed. I like Lou. Sweet Lou is a baller, but he did not get snubbed. He should be at home where he is.
Yeah, I mean, the sixth man of the year is so exciting. I think we put too much stock into that. The guy's not a starter. He's not a guy that's playing the full game. He comes off the bench and he provides a spark. There's, a select few people that can do that, but he's not, you can't put too much stock into, the guy's a sixth man. You got guys playing the full game, playing on both ends of the ball, and they should get more of a look over a sixth man. And that's my thinking.
I mean, I agree with you. I definitely think there's some six men that are really good where it's like, hey, you play enough minutes and you do these things. But Lou Williams is just not that one. I like Lou. Like I said, I like Lou. Lou's been in the league for a while now. I've watched him since he was in Philly, man. The dude can score. He's never been a great defender, but he's a scorer. He can get you bucket. And when he gets hot and he gets going, I mean, look out, But he's not all-star. He's not.
Yeah. All right, so that's the all-star snubs. Melo obviously didn't make it. Like I said, his role is completely different. He's not the same anymore because of the team he's on, and he doesn't have to put the team on his back. So I don't know if he'll ever make another all-star, honestly.
He shouldn't. He shouldn't have made the all-star like the last 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been an all-star in years. Like, he's gotten it's been like fan vote is the reason he's been in. Not because he's been really good, because the fans like Melo. But, in the West, they don't like Melo that much. So, it's all it is. I like Melo. Melo's a baller. He's always going to be a baller, but he's not an all-star. He hasn't been an all-star for years now.
Yeah, true. Okay, so news that came out today. Breaking news if you guys didn't hear. Also, shout out, we got Joseph Yun in the chat room. He'll be coming on the show in a minute talking Senior Bowl prospects. He says Paul George, Russ might be happy for a change. He says, laugh out loud, aha. But Mike Conley is shut down for the rest of the year. That news came out today. It's tough that he's getting shut down, but like I mentioned to Tyon earlier, they weren't going to the playoffs anyway, so it's not as if this is like, what are we gonna do without him? Their season they're not the same team. They lost too many pieces. Conley's pretty much it. I'm surprised Conley's even there. I don't know if they're gonna try to work out a trade because where are they going? They're really not going anywhere. They're kind of running in place right now. So, but the Conley injury, you don't want to see anybody get hurt. But you do know that their season was over with already anyway.
Yeah, I felt like Memphis threw the towel in when they got rid of Fizdale. I was like, that was some of the worst things I've ever seen. Like, you fire a coach like 15 games into the season or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, he has half of his team, everybody's hurt, and you got mad because he benched Gasol one game when they was getting blown out. Like, Gasol didn't need to play, but he made the decision not to put Gasol back in, and I guess that cost him his job or whatever. And rightfully so, this team looks like trash. Like, they're bad. They're bad. Conley is done for the season. Conley has never been that great of a point guard to me in the first place. So I don't, when people be like, oh, the impact he had or whatever, it to me it's minimal. It was shut him down. They need to start rebuilding. Cut everybody, trade everybody, do something out there. But the team is done. They're done.
Yeah,
they're done. They had their opportunity, and they squandered that opportunity a couple years ago. So
yeah, they had a shot, and that shot is over. Rebuild mode. Hashtag rebuild mode is what they're going in right now. Shout out to Ralph in the building. He says, "Fly Eagles fly." I'm gonna give a boo. No fly Eagles fly. You don't put that in the chat. I should actually delete that comment. I'm not gonna do that though because I respect everybody's comments.
You gotta respect the Eagles, man. Come on, at least they repping your division.
Right, but it's Philly. It's the horrible Philly fans. I'm not gonna go on the Philly soapbox today. I'll say that for next week. But shout out to you, Ralph. I'm gonna be a Patriots fan for one day only. Any team that's playing against the Eagles, I'm a fan for them one day only.
Hey, are they putting Crisco on the polls again for this game or what?
I bet you hilarious. They're pulling out all the stops. They're gonna do whatever it takes. They're gonna inflate, deflate, inflate, whatever they're gonna do. They're gonna be on top of it. Don't worry. Belichick's got some stuff up his sleeve that you won't be surprised about. So, But shout out to Ralph in the building. He said, if we win, he gonna stay quiet. Laugh out loud. Yeah, if y'all win, I don't even know what I'm gonna say if y'all win. I just hope it doesn't happen. Okay, I'm just praying to dear Lord Jesus.
Don't be the hater, man. Don't be the hater, bro. Don't be the hater. Let the Eagles get this shot on.
Yeah, they never got one, and that's the only defense that Cowboys fans have is that they don't have a Super Bowl. But if they get the Super Bowl, we have nothing else to say because we ain't got one in since I was a 49ers fan back in the day. Was that 93? So it's been a good long while. Been a good long while. But Mocha Bella says Ben is a hater. I am a hater against the Eagles, no doubt. We got From the Bottom podcast in the building. But on to another topic. I didn't give you this in the notes, but we got a little bit more time. Jason Kidd gets fired by the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo is devastated. He went to the office and begged and pleaded for them to not fire him, and they fired him anyway. There's a lot of things that confuse me in sports, especially with guys getting fired. I don't understand how you fire this guy who is helping this team become something that it hasn't been probably ever. They got length, they got talent. Jason Kidd, I believe part of it is he tried to trade Jabari Parker, and maybe ownership or GM didn't agree. But when the last time Jabari Parker played 5 consecutive games? Okay? Trade that kid. I'm sorry. So we both of us are from the Bay. I'm sure you're a Jason Kidd fan. I'm a Jason Kidd fan. We grew up watching him. I think he is a good coach, and I don't understand this firing.
Yeah, I didn't understand him getting fired either. The team kind of has since he took over the team. They've been heading in the right direction. Giannis, Greek Freak, has developed into a top tier talent. And he's put a solid team together that can compete in the Eastern Conference. The biggest problem has been Jabari Parker and the fact that they drafted him with the mindset that he was going to be a franchise cornerstone, and he's been hurt since he's been drafted, really. So that has kind of set that organization back. But on the flip side, that is what kind of allowed the Greek Freak to start flourishing. The Greek Freak to start flourishing and make his name. So I truly don't understand what they were doing, what they're thinking right now. But it'll be interesting to see how this plays out over the next over this season and the next couple of seasons, because what's his name is Giannis is going to end up becoming a free agent, and when that happens, is he going to want to stay in Milwaukee after that happens, or is he? Or yeah, exactly. Or does he leave and go to a team that Jason Kidd is now coaching? Because Jason Kidd will get another coaching job very, very soon. Like, I think he did a great job. I think he was doing a great job in Milwaukee in developing that talent. So he'll get another coaching job.
Yeah. And From the Bottom podcast says Greek Freak gonna leave the Bucks. I agree with you. I don't know what the full extent of how he fought for Jason Kidd, but he wanted Jason Kidd to stay. So to me, that's a dumb move all around. You're going to end up losing your franchise player for a reason for firing Jason Kidd. So I don't get that at all. Shout out to That Bad DJ. He says, you need next level coaching to get you over the top sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. I just don't understand the NBA's mentality. And maybe I need to find someone to interview on this show that is in an NBA organization to help me understand. You fired Fizdale, 5-6 games into the season. They fired Earl Watson from the Suns 5 or 10 games in the season. You have to know what you had with these guys already. Why fire them early in the season? Fire them in the offseason. Give the guy an opportunity to find another job. I mean, I mean, they got to pay the guy anyway, so I get that.